Yes, sir.
Thank you, Senator Clinton. Are Senate Republicans willing to use the appropriations process to, excuse me, as leverage to put forth measures to secure the border, such as having a border wall?
Senator Britt happens to be the appropriations chair or ranker of that.
Yeah, so one thing that we saw immediately from this administration is the lack of seriousness that they have when it comes to actually fixing this crisis. So you have President Biden put out his budget, and while he increased a number of things in his budget, Homeland Security, the Department of Homeland Security, which is actually the department that is about keeping Americans safe, was the only department to receive an actual cut of 1%. I was very disheartened to see what Senate Democrats put forth, and in the appropriations process, ultimately giving our Homeland Security bill about a 6.2% cut over here across the board. In order to be able to do what we need to do, we are definitely going to have to push. We are definitely going to have to speak up. We look at the bill in front of us. We know that we are in the minority, but we are certainly in conversations to make this the very best bill possible. Is it a bill that I would write if I were in charge? Likely not. But we are working time and time again to make sure that we get critical components to actually secure the border. I am not interested in border management. I am interested in border security. This crisis is not only one for Americans, but these migrants are paying the price as well. We've got to make sure that people understand in this nation that we're not going to reward you for lawlessness. But that's exactly what Biden and his failed policies are trying to do. So we're working diligently to get the best bill possible under, obviously, the current constraints that we have on this side of the Hill.
But is there a red line?
I want to make 2 points. I'm on appropriations as well. I want to make 2 points in that regard. Number one, the funding issue. The Biden administration has funding to build the border barrier, to build the wall, and they won't use it. They won't use the funds because they won't enforce the law, because they want an open border policy. What has to happen is, I think that media, the public, everybody has to say to the Biden administration, will you acknowledge that the cartels are bringing people across illegally? And I'd like to hear their answer. Are they going to say yes or no? Because if they say, well, yes, obviously the cartels are bringing people across, then the next question is, why are you enabling these international criminal networks? Why are you, in essence, making them very, very wealthy and very, very powerful and having them set up in our country? Why are you doing that? Why are you following a policy that allows that? And as far as the funding, why are you not using the funding that you have right now to stop it, in addition to implementing the policies like the Remain in Mexico and Third Safe Country policies that would stop it?
Yes, ma'am.